welcome to a new episode of Review. Today we will take a closer look at a Boeing 787-9, the Dreamliner, in the brand new livery of Qantas. As always, we start off with the box, and here we can see in the front side we have the cutout so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft inside, and we also have the Qantas branding. Then on the back side we have a really nice image of the aircraft itself, and we are provided with a link by Herpa where we can get more information about the aircraft. So that's it for the box. Let's take a closer look inside and at the aircraft model itself. And here she is, the beautiful 787-9 Dreamliner from Boeing in the brand new Qantas livery. And this is of course a brand new 2018 Herpa Wings 1:500 scale release. And with no further ado, let's straight go into it and take a look at some of the many nice details this aircraft has to offer. As always, we start off with the tail section of the aircraft, and here we can see on the vertical stabilizer we have the brand new updated version of the Qantas branding, slightly more curved and a little bit more grey tones added to it, and it makes it look really nice. On top of that, we have the last two letters of the registration code, the full registration code and the flag of Australia we then have on the fuselage. And we should of course not forget to also mention the Dreamliner branding. If we then move from the back of the aircraft all the way to the front of the aircraft, we can see along the fuselage the writing of Qantas Spirit of Australia. Just underneath the cockpit windows we then also have an original Qantas logo, and actually underneath that logo there's also some writing, but it's too small to really make out. I'm sure there are some Qantas experts out there. If you know exactly what it says, then do please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. But we have some more nice details around the cockpit section. For example, the window wipers for the cockpit windows, or just above the cockpit windows we also have the emergency hatch for the cockpit itself. Right, enough about the cockpit. We've said that enough now. Let's move on to the engine nacelles, and they do as always look really nice on the Dreamliner, where we also have these really nice curved edges at the back, also known as chevron nozzles. But also if you look into the engine, as always, we have some nice details here with the engine fan blades. The wings are also always a highlight on the Dreamliner, of course. The shape itself is simply spectacular, but also the details that Herpa has managed to get on this aircraft model are actually pretty decent. Here in the top side we can see all the different flaps, slats and spoilers, and also some markings along the wing. And also the underside is pretty decent, where we then have the full registration code of the aircraft once more. And from there we can then move on to a topic that I'm actually a little bit sick and tired of. Herpa has the tendency to add a little hole into the fuselage for the stand, which in most cases is not included, just like in this case. What is even worse is that it destroys a really nice detail, in this case the Qantas branding on the belly of the aircraft, and I simply do not understand why Herpa continuously is willing to sacrifice really nice details on an otherwise really nice aircraft model for something that is completely pointless. But let's move on, because there are some details which actually are still pretty nice and haven't been destroyed by Herpa. For example, the landing gear here, the main landing gear in the back, which is really nicely detailed. Also the front landing gear is really nice, although I would wish there were a little bit more markings on the landing gear, because Herpa can do that. They have shown us, but they haven't done it in this case. And then last but not least, we do also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on the fuselage here in the back side of the aircraft, and here in the front side of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Boeing 787-9, the Dreamliner, in the brand new livery of Qantas. Now, I'm a particular fan of the 787-9. I think it's a really beautiful looking aircraft, and with the new Qantas livery it just gets even more spectacular. But what can we say about the aircraft model itself? Well, the physical details are excellent as always. This is a brand new 2018 release, so this is pretty much the best that Herpa can offer right now. The print quality is also really good, although we do have seen models, especially club models from Herpa Wings, where we have even more printed details. But the details that we do have are really nice. Now, with that, we've reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, do feel free to leave a like. With that, you don't only support this series, but also the channel. And if you're new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome, and you won't miss out on any future videos. Next time on Review, we will take a closer look at a Boeing 737-900ER in a very special livery of Alaska Airlines. Until then, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.